How do you think music has actually helped you grow on a kind of deeper personal level? Because you mentioned that, when you see each other, we've changed over the years, but I feel like the change is far more than just physical. For you, there's been something much deeper that's happened, and perhaps music has played a pivotal role in that.
Yeah, well, I'll kind of speak about it briefly, but I've kind of thought about that a few times, and I think music has taught me most particularly to look into the future and to analyze trends. So to be a successful musician, you have to know trends, and you have to know the future, and you have to know the past. You have to know what's happened. You have to be aware of where you are, and then you have to know what's going to happen in the future. Where's the music industry going in the future? What are people going to be listening to? How are they going to be listening? That's the kind of thing that I also apply now, to sort of like finance and investments and things like that, where I never would have considered as a kid, thinking about like what's happened in the past with, things like investment properties, all that kind of thing. Like, where's the market going and what will it be doing in the future? Back in the future, I was always present Tom, but now I have a lot of outlook on the past and the future as well. So I think that's a huge thing that I've kind of adapted and adopted, growing as a musician as well. So yeah, very brief thing, but a very, very impactful thing for someone, particularly our age, who's kind of wanting to get into different, avenues and stuff like that.
There seems to be this kind of spiritual element as well to music, that what it does for people. Have you felt that? Yeah. Can you talk about that?
Definitely, man. I feel an interesting one is actually when you connect with people in smaller crowds. It's actually harder to make people interested in a smaller environment than it is for you to make people interested in a larger environment, because people bounce off each other. So if you're playing in a club of 50 people, it's a lot harder to get people's attention because they have more attention on themselves. So like if you're in a larger environment, then it's definitely kind of a lot easier in that sense. So yeah, I think like it's just that the whole spiritual side of things is like it just, there's no other feeling, there's no other emotion that like you can't explain it. It's just the way that you connect with people through your music, and you see people's reactions. That's the whole spiritual side of things, and it helps you to understand yourself, particularly in environments of other people and stuff like that, where it be like intensity or your own personality and stuff like that. But I think the spiritual side of things is like once you produce a song and you play it to a bunch of people and you play it to a party and the whole party just loses their minds, like there's no other real way to to know it, basically, like to understand it really.